Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here on January 13th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened across the markets today. First on the board, we got our February live cattle. Did see some nice upside here across the cattle market today. Both feeders and fats posting some nice gains. We did see this February live contract break out early above our bull pivot at 235.62, rallying right up there towards those prior week highs. As we can see here, we've been knocking on the door of this 237.5 level a couple times over the last 7 trading days. At the moment, today's action did rally hard right up into that level before squatting here between 37 and 37.5, building up some pressure here. We got a nice line in the sand to trade around here going into the rest of the week. Bulls need to get some bids rolling above 237.5, and we should see this thing really kick into gear. The upside is rolling. We should see the bulls continue to push through this level and start to slice up here through the 240s. Ultimate target here for this live cattle market going forward is going to be this overhead gap that started from this all-time high breakdown. Overhead gap here between about 247 and 248. That's going to be the target here for the bulls in this next leg higher. Look for this cattle market to keep on grinding higher. We did see a little bit more strength in these back months as we did see these spring and summer months already taking out those prior week highs and picking up a little bit more gains today. But nonetheless, still really good look here across the board for this live cattle market. We should see these fat prices continue to climb. Next up, our March feeders on the board. We did see the feeders with the strength here today, posting some nice gains, rallying up there into the 360s, getting a nice break above our bull pivot and those prior week highs, finishing the day right up there on the high. Really strong finish, really strong day all throughout the day, coming off that opening range and rallying right into the close. Bulls never really looked back. This feeder market is going to start heading up here towards 370 and start chewing through this overhead gap here, as well as this is going to be the target here for the bulls going forward. Look for this feeder market to keep on climbing and start sniffing out some new all-time highs here soon. Next up, March corn futures. Continuing with yesterday's downside, we did have this big break following that WASDE report. Today we did see a little bit of follow through, probing all the way down here towards about 417. This market is a little bit extended after that big breakdown we saw yesterday, so this market could continue to chop up and see a little bit of elevated volatility while it's digesting this recent breakdown. At the moment, though, now that we've broken down through the bottom end of this range, we do have downtrend conditions here, and we should see this corn market continue to keep on sliding lower. We have already gotten pretty extended here to the downside, so if we do start to pull back up into this big range day here from this big breakdown day from January 12th, inside this range should offer plenty of resistance, so look for sellers to kick in anywhere back up towards 435 if we do start to see a little bit of a relief rally. But at the moment, we got a lot of selling pressure hitting this corn market, and we should see that downside continue. Next up, our crude oil market continues with this short covering rally, continuing to push right up here towards the 61 to 62 area that we mapped out from last week. This is going to be a pretty sticky spot for this crude oil market. If there isn't any other big news or anything to push us through this spot, this should be a spot to see this market start to settle down here in the low 60s and start to chop back up here. This $60 mark, give or take a few bucks, has been a pretty comfortable spot for this oil market, so we're not really expecting any major upside from here. Look for some choppy action or to see this thing start to roll over and continue the slow bleed lower. And next up, equity markets with a little bit of mixed action here today. We did see the S&P pushing up into a new all-time high early today following the CPI report, but getting beat down throughout the day session. This market just kind of chopping up all day long. NASDAQ as well, kind of chopping up here right around this key level. The Dow was the weakest of the bunch, giving back most of yesterday's gains, but still here in good uptrend territory, trading above that 20-day moving average. The Dow was down mostly from the financial sectors today. Banking and finance took a hit, and so that's why you're seeing most of this downside in the Dow stocks today, kind of dragging that thing lower. However, the uptrend still remains intact, and we expect to see these equity indexes continue to climb and keep pushing up into new all-time highs. Look for the upside to continue. Now is looking like a good time to stay invested, stay long and strong here. We should see this stock market continue to rally here throughout quarter one so far. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.